Good evening. We interrupt our regular programming for a critical developing story that demands the immediate attention of international relations experts worldwide. Reports confirm the presence of U.S. strategic stealth bombers operating in close proximity to Russian airspace, an incident that significantly elevates geopolitical tensions and underscores the precarious nature of current global security dynamics. Opening report: a precarious escalation. This is not merely a routine military exercise. It is a potent strategic signal. The deployment of such advanced assets near a major power's borders carries inherent risks and profound implications. We are witnessing a delicate dance on the edge of escalation, demanding careful analysis and a cautious approach from all stakeholders. The incident unfolds against a backdrop of already strained relations, particularly in Eastern Europe. Every maneuver, every deployment is now scrutinized for its potential to destabilize an already fragile peace. Our focus tonight is on dissecting the strategic calculus behind these actions and their potential ramifications. The unfolding event. Details emerge. Sources indicate that multiple US B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, renowned for their low observability characteristics and strategic strike capabilities, were detected operating in international airspace. Their flight paths reportedly brought them within a concerning distance of Russian-controlled territories. While specific coordinates remain classified, initial assessments point to regions bordering the Baltic Sea and potentially the Arctic. These missions, often termed bomber task force deployments, are designed to demonstrate global reach and strategic flexibility. However, their proximity to a nuclear-armed adversary's sovereign airspace transforms them into highly charged events. The precise timing and location of these flights are critical data points for understanding their intended message. Strategic context. Geopolitical chessboard. This incident cannot be viewed in isolation. It is a move within a complex geopolitical chessboard. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, coupled with NATO's reinforced eastern flank, provides the immediate backdrop. The U.S. and its allies are keen to project strength and resolve, deterring further Russian aggression. From Moscow's perspective, such flights are often interpreted as provocative acts, challenging their air defense identification zones ADIZ and national sovereignty. Russia consistently views these maneuvers as direct threats, necessitating robust responses and heightened vigilance. The historical memory of Cold War aerial encounters looms large in this context. The tools of deterrence, aircraft capabilities. The choice of the B-2 Spirit bomber is particularly significant. As a stealth aircraft, its primary advantage lies in its ability to penetrate sophisticated air defense systems undetected. This capability sends a clear message about potential long-range strike options, even against heavily defended targets. The B-2 is also dual-capable, meaning it can carry both conventional and nuclear payloads. This inherent ambiguity amplifies the strategic weight of its presence, forcing adversaries to consider the full spectrum of potential threats. Its deployment is a high-stakes demonstration of power projection. Moscow's vigilance, Russian response. Initial reports suggest that Russian air defense systems were activated and fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the U.S. bombers. This is a standard protocol for any nation detecting foreign military aircraft approaching its borders. The speed and nature of this response are closely monitored by intelligence agencies. Russian state media and official channels are expected to frame these events as aggressive provocations by NATO and the U.S. This narrative serves to galvanize domestic support and justify increased military readiness. The Kremlin's rhetoric will likely emphasize the need to protect national security. Diplomatic fallout and alliance dynamics. The immediate diplomatic fallout from such an incident is often characterized by mutual accusations and heightened rhetoric. While direct military confrontation is typically avoided, the risk of miscalculation or accidental engagement increases significantly. Deconfliction channels become paramount in these tense moments. For NATO allies, these deployments can be a double-edged sword. While they demonstrate U.S. commitment to collective defense, they also raise concerns about inadvertent escalation. European capitals will be closely watching for any signs of a breakdown in communication or an increase in regional instability. Expert perspectives and future trajectories. International relations experts will be dissecting this incident from multiple angles. Some will argue it's a necessary demonstration of deterrence, reinforcing red lines. Others will caution against the inherent risks of such close encounters, emphasizing the potential for unintended consequences in an already volatile environment. The long-term implications could include a further militarization of border regions and increased frequency of similar incidents. This cycle of action and reaction risks eroding trust and making future de-escalation efforts even more challenging. The incident underscores the urgent need for renewed dialogue on strategic stability. The peril of miscalculation. The most significant danger in these scenarios is the peril of miscalculation. A technical malfunction, a human error, or a misunderstanding of intent could rapidly escalate a tense situation into a full-blown crisis. The absence of robust, transparent communication mechanisms exacerbates this risk. Both sides operate under the assumption of rational actors, yet history is replete with examples of how misperceptions can lead to catastrophic outcomes. The current geopolitical climate, characterized by deep mistrust, makes such incidents particularly fraught with danger. Vigilance and restraint are paramount. Historical echoes and modern realities. This incident echoes the aerial cat-and-mouse games of the Cold War, but with modern complexities. The proliferation of advanced weaponry, cyber warfare capabilities, and the interconnectedness of global information systems add new layers of risk. The stakes are arguably higher now, given the multipolar nature of global power. Understanding the historical context of such encounters is crucial for IR experts. It allows for a more nuanced interpretation of current events, recognizing patterns of behavior and potential responses. However, we must also acknowledge that modern realities introduce unprecedented variables. The role of international law. The legality of such flights in international airspace is generally accepted, provided they do not violate sovereign airspace. However, the spirit of international law also calls for responsible conduct and the avoidance of actions that could reasonably be deemed provocative. This incident tests the boundaries of both. The concept of freedom of navigation and freedom of overflight is a cornerstone of international maritime and air law. Yet these freedoms are not absolute and must be exercised with due regard for the safety and security of other nations. The interpretation of due regard is often where disputes arise. Economic and political ramifications. Beyond the immediate military implications, such incidents can have broader economic and political ramifications. They can influence market stability, investor confidence, and diplomatic relations with third-party nations. The perception of instability can deter investment and disrupt trade. Politically, these events can be leveraged by domestic actors to rally support or criticize government policies. They become talking points in international forums, shaping narratives and influencing alliances. The ripple effects extend far beyond the immediate operational zone. The path forward, de-escalation imperatives. Given the gravity of the situation, the imperative for de-escalation cannot be overstated. This requires clear communication channels, a commitment to transparency, and a willingness to engage in dialogue, even amidst profound disagreements. The alternative is a dangerous spiral of tit-for-tat actions. International organizations and neutral parties may have a role to play in facilitating such dialogue. The focus must shift from demonstrating strength to ensuring stability and preventing unintended conflict. This is a moment for statesmanship, not brinkmanship. Conclusion: a call for prudence. The presence of U.S. stealth bombers near Russian airspace is a stark reminder of the fragile state of international security. It is a moment that demands not just observation, but deep analytical engagement from the international relations community. The potential for miscalculation is real, and the consequences could be catastrophic. We urge all parties to exercise extreme caution and prioritize diplomatic solutions over military posturing. The global community cannot afford an escalation born of misunderstanding or unchecked ambition. We must collectively advocate for prudence, de-escalation, and the re-establishment of robust communication channels to navigate these perilous waters. Your insights and expertise are more critical now than ever.